I suspect many of you wonder, why is Dyson doing all these things? And this one is perhaps because the head of the U.S. Marshals here in the States, an old friend, former Anchorage Police Department officer Rod Hume, or maybe because my chief of staff knows every cop and judge in the state. But anyways, I'm glad to carry it. As many of you probably know, and I'm sure you do, Mr. President, the U.S. Marshals Service was established September 24, 1789. And after the Alaska Purchase, and starting in 1884, the Marshals were the law enforcement force in Alaska. And of course, that was mission and resources were really strained during the gold rush in the ensuing years. But indeed, they are still here and doing a very valuable function. So far, 8 of them have died in the line of duty, and their names are there at Peace Officers Memorial at the Crime Lab in Anchorage off of Tudor and Muldoon. And they've been doing some extraordinary work. In the last, they've picked up 5,000 people who have fled either arraignments or arrests, and got them back into custody or expedited to South 49 jurisdictions. 250 of them that they've sent out of state under those deals. They work with the Village Crime Reduction Program, the Registered Sex Offender and Child Kidnapper Registration, and something I don't know anything about, but the Badges and Books program. They really work a lot with drug trafficking and so on. And a few years ago, there was a female law enforcement officer that I got to know here in Juneau, and she coached a girls' baseball team. One time when she took the whole team off to Ketchikan, I believe, Marshals called her and said, "Oh, by the way, while you're in town there, in your spare time, would you look for these 2 federal escaped people?" And between times she did, and working with the local cops. And she said on the flight back here to Juneau, she had these 2 guys up against the aft bulkhead with handcuffs and leg chains on. She said every one of the girls on her baseball team had to make at least 4 trips to the aft restroom to be able to go by and see these gentlemen that had been captured. Anyways, I appreciate you joining me and recognizing this day. I suspect there'll be some celebrations at a few places in the state around 24 September. And they really have made a huge contribution. And they're some of the heroes here in our state, and I commend it to you.
Thank you, Senator Dyson. Is there discussion? If you are Senator Dyson.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that what we're doing here is endorsed by the Department of Public Safety, the Alaska Peace Officers Association, and also the Association of Chief of Police.
Thank you, Senator Dyson. Under discussion? If you are ready for the question being, shall Senate concur to Resolution 19 pass the Senate? Senators may proceed to vote. The Secretary will lock the roll. Do any senators wish to change their vote? The Secretary will record the vote, and the Secretary will tally the vote.
19 yeas, 0 nays.
And so Senate concurrent Resolution 19 has passed.